Okay, here we are back out on the Ice House Trail to do more hill repeats. And I'm walking up to the base of the hill. And I'm going to talk about the 3 pillars of fitness for an endurance trail running or road running, whatever you. And you can think of the CDE, the first being capacity, the second being durability, and the third being efficiency. So my philosophy to training is the just enough approach. So you set a goal, and how do you reach that goal with the minimal amount of effort? If you train too much, you risk injury, overtraining. So what's it take to accomplish a goal with the minimal amount of training and effort? So let's talk about capacity. By capacity, I mean just out and out fitness. I guess you could measure it as VO2 max, or just how fast you can do a time trial. So how do you build capacity? How do you boost your VO2 max without beating yourself up? And the best workout that is low impact and boosts your cardiovascular system, boosts your mitochondria density, is hill repeats. And the duration, the 3-minute hill is kind of the magic formula. So you find a steep hill and you run up for 3 minutes, about as hard as you can. And it's low impact, and you should get your heart rate up to close to maximum by the time you reach the top of the hill. And you work up to maybe 10 repeats, so that'd be a total of 30 minutes of hard effort. So that's the best way to build capacity. It's low impact, and it produces tremendous gains in fitness. The next is durability. How long can you sustain a hard effort? So in the case of the ridge run, which used to be a goal to break 4 hours, now it'll be a goal to break 5 hours. That's a long time to be out there beating up your muscles. And if you don't have durability, what happens is, in a long duration effort, you start damaging your muscles. And the symptom of damaged muscles is after the event or after the training session, your muscles get what's called DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. So that's lack of durability, being able to sustain an effort for a long period of time. So how do you build up durability? Well, for trail running, the muscles that seem to get beat up the most are the quadriceps going downhill, or the calf muscles going uphill. So by doing some downhill running, where you expose your muscles to your quadriceps to eccentric loading. Eccentric loading is where the muscle is contracted while it is simultaneously being stretched, and that tends to cause these little micro tears. So what I found is, to build durability, I have to do some downhill running, steep descents. Again, not too long of duration, but some good quality ones. At least a couple times a week. What I found is if I don't do it frequently enough, when I do get back and do some downhill running or steep up and down, I end up getting sore again. So it's almost building immunity to eccentric loading, and it's a great way to build durability where your muscles are tough and able to sustain long efforts. If you have an EMS device, electromuscular stimulation device, there's a couple different brands, the most popular being Compex. You can actually put these little electrodes on different muscle groups, and you stimulate the muscles, and it's non-weight bearing. It's not impacting the joints or the connective tissue. It's just causing the muscles to contract, and that's actually another great way to build endurance and durability without beating yourself up. So, capacity, durability, and then efficiency. So, efficiency is actually doing something enough so that your body adapts and becomes used to the activity, or it becomes good at it, and it takes less effort. You're building up muscle memory and familiarity with a particular movement, and efficiency for a particular race would be actually doing race pace training. So in the case of, say, a marathon, you're going to do a 3-hour marathon, you have to do some of the training at that marathon pace. So in the case of a 3-hour marathon, 9 minutes per mile, 9 miles per hour, or a 6:40, 6 minutes 40 seconds per mile pace training that's about the pace you need to run a 3-hour marathon. So you got to do a significant portion of your training at that pace to become familiar with it and to become efficient at it. So that's my little lecture on training. CDE, capacity, durability, efficiency. All right, I'm at the base of the hill here, so I'm going to stop the video here.